Okay. So we'll go ahead and get this started. And as I was saying, we're going to take this into the hips quite a bit. So just kind of work things as best you can. We'll keep things pretty slow and pretty deliberate, so just kind of really feel things out as much as possible. Now to start here, I want you to go ahead and bring yourself onto your shins. So knees together, feet together to begin. And just stay forward on your hands for a moment. Stretch out the bottoms of the feet. So go ahead, tuck the toes of both feet behind you. And then see that all 5 toes are tucked on both feet. So if you need to, go ahead and reach back, see if the pinky toe wants to comply as well as the other 4. And then just give this a moment here. So with the toes tucked, dig your toes down into the floor. If you can, go ahead and bring yourself toward upright. And I know if you tighten the soles of your feet, this may be excruciating to hold for more than a few seconds. You can certainly release this at any point. And then go ahead and let that go. And we are just going to relax this into a seat. Now shake out your feet just a little bit. Don't let the toes stay nice and loose. And if you're able, go ahead and bring yourself to a seat sitting on your shins like this with the knees together and the heels together. And if you need to if this isn't going to work, take a more comfortable seat. You can always take a cross-legged seat if you like. But either way, go ahead and just stack your spine. Draw off the belly, round the low ribs. Keep your spine upright. Reach the crown of the head straight up toward the ceiling. Bring your chin just a little bit. Just rest your hands on your lap somewhere, palms open toward the ceiling. Let your shoulders sink down. And then just close your eyes. So just take a moment to settle in like this. Let your mind quiet down. And as you settle in, just see that you actually stay upright here. So hold that tension through the belly and around the low ribs, just to keep the core engaged and keep an upright spine. But again, relax the shoulders, keep them down away from the ears, and keep the neck nice and long. And then just start to deepen your breathing here when you're ready. So with the inhales, draw on as much air as you can. Try to fill up your lungs. Hold on to all that breath at the top for just a moment. When you exhale, constrict the back of your throat. So slow your breath down on the way back out. And just work here to make your exhales last at least as long as your inhales as you breathe. And just keep breathing like this to begin. Now when you're ready here, take a deep inhale. And then with the exhale, just open your eyes. And just move slowly to begin. With your next inhale, reach your arms up high. Exhale, hands down through heart center. Inhale, reach us up high again. Exhale, hands through center. Inhale, arms up high. Exhale through center again. Inhale, reach us up high. Now with the exhale this time, just lean to the right. Right hand to the floor at your side. Reach over to the right to the left arm. Gaze high here. Inhale, bring it to center. Reach up through both arms. And then with the exhale, lean this left. Left hand down, right arm reaching left. Gaze high here and stretch this out long. Inhale, back to center, arms up high. And then with the exhale, go ahead, lean this right again. Reach long through that left arm. Inhale, bring it up to center. And with the exhale, lean this left again. Stretch that right arm even longer to the left side. With your next inhale, come back to center, arms high. Now with the exhale, just lean this right one more time. We'll hold this a little bit longer here. So go ahead, bend the right elbow if you need to. But stretch that left arm long. Gaze up high. Keep that left shoulder above the right and just keep breathing. With your next inhale, bring this up to center, arms high. And then with the exhale, lean to your left side one more time. Left hand to the floor, right arm reaching left. Now go ahead, bend the left elbow if you need to. Stretch that right arm long. Keep looking up, keep breathing with this. Now with your next inhale, bring it to center, arms up high. And then with the exhale, bring the hands down through center. And then to the floor in front of you. And then just go ahead, lift your hips. If you're sitting on the shins, you can shake your feet out for a moment here. Just loosen things up. And then while you lift it like this is going to be a setup, and we're going to go side to side and take this to a broad Vinyasa version of twisting. So while you lift it on your hands, turn the toes of both feet over to your left side and walk your hands to the right. Now you're going to bring your right hip all the way down, set the right hand behind you, left hand to the outside of the right thigh. Now keep your spine tall, reach the crown of the head straight up toward the ceiling, bring the gaze back over the right shoulder. Now we'll take it back and forth from here. So go ahead, come back up onto your hands, lift your hips. Walk the hands through center. Point the toes right, bring your left hip down. Left hand sets behind, right hand outside your left thigh. And again, here, tall spine, reach straight up to the top of your head. Bring the gaze back over your left shoulder. And we'll give this a couple more rounds. So go ahead, lift your hips, come back up onto your hands, walk the hands through center. And bring it back to the right side. Right hip comes down, right hand sets behind, left hand on your right thigh. Now keep your spine tall, crown of the head toward the ceiling, look over the right shoulder, and use that left arm, press it to the right leg here for a moment. And then we'll bring it back through center. So come back up onto your hands, lift your hips. Toes point right. Bring your left hip down. And then left hand sets behind you, right hand to your left thigh. Keep your spine tall, reach up to the top of your head, look back over your left shoulder, and use that right arm, press it into your left leg. And we'll give it one last round. So bring it back up onto your hands. Lift your hips. Walk the hands through center. The toes point left. Right hip comes down. Right hand sets behind. Left hand to the outside of the right thigh here. And we'll hold this one longer and deepen the twist. So again, tall spine. Reach up through the top of your head. Look back over that right shoulder. With your left arm, really press into that right leg. And as you breathe here, each time you exhale, try to work further into that twist. And then take an inhale here. And with the exhale, bring it back up onto your hands. Lift your hips. Walk the hands through center. Toes point right. Bring your left hip down. Set your left hand down behind you. Right hand comes to the outside of your left thigh this time. And again, tall spine. Reach straight up to the top of your head. Look back over your left shoulder. Use your right arm. Press it into your left leg. Keep breathing here. Keep twisting. And again, try to move into that twist a little bit further each time you let your breath go. Take an inhale. And with the exhale, go ahead and bring it back to center. And I'm just turning for the camera, keep in mind, but you can basically coming up into all fours and take a moment, shake your legs out a little bit, just move around. And you can stretch your hands a little bit, maybe stretch your fingers, maybe move your shoulders and hips side to side. And then bring this into center. When you're ready, we'll just take a few rounds of cow and cat breathing to warm things up and move through the spine. So wrists underneath the shoulders, knees underneath the hips here to begin. And then when you're ready, with an inhale, just drop your belly, pull your chest forward, lift your gaze. Exhale, round your spine, empty out as completely as you can. Inhale, drop your belly, bring your chest forward, look up. Exhale, round, pull your belly in, tighten, empty out. Inhale, drop your belly, pull your chest forward, find that arch. And then with the exhale, round this back one more time. And with your next inhale, just bring it back to center to all fours. And we're going to take this into both. So I want you to walk your knees forward, and there's two ways you can do this. Now maybe cross the ankles behind you and just come back into a seat behind your heels, or go ahead and bring your legs out to the side. But either way, bring your seat down to the floor. And then once you're down, just go ahead and keep your feet down. Lean back a bit and engage your core right away. So tense up through the belly around the little ribs. Lean back enough to take the weight off your feet. And you can always touch your toes down if you need to, and you hover your feet nice and low. But if you can take it further, bring your shins up toward parallel with the mat, and just hold here. Now as you're breathing, keep your spine long, keep your core tense. If your spine really starts to round, if you have trouble staying lifted, go ahead and hold on behind your knees. But otherwise, arms at your sides, just breathe here. And then we're going to take a little bit of movement here. So we're going to go back and forth from this position to a reverse tabletop. So as you're ready, just set your feet down, about hips width distance, hands behind the shoulders, about shoulder width. Fingertips forward or out to the sides, but when you're ready, press in your hands, lift your hips, press them up high, squeeze your glutes. And then to sink it back down, take it slow. Once your seat comes back to the floor, find boat, tense up through your belly and lift your feet. And we'll take it back and forth like that and take it slow. Set your feet back down. Hands behind the shoulders. Squeeze your glutes. Press your hips up high. Hold for a moment. And then bring it back down. Bring your seat to the floor. Find boat. And then again from here. Set your feet back down. Hands behind the shoulders. Squeeze your glutes. Press your hips up high. Hold here. And then sink this back down. Bring it back to balancing, sitting on the floor. Draw the thighs in a little bit closer if you can. And then go ahead and set your feet back down. Hands behind the shoulders. Press into the floor. Squeeze your glutes. Press your hips up high. And then bring it back down. Bring it back to boat and draw the legs in. Now take that one more time. Feet to the floor. Hands behind the shoulders. Squeeze your glutes. Press your hips up high. Stay lifted here for a moment. And then again, bring it back down. Bring yourself back to boat and just lift your feet and just breathe here. Now I want you to hold your balance here best you can. We're going to take this back and forth, working a little bit of compression with the aid of the hands and extending the other leg. So as you're ready, take hold of the right knee, squeeze it in close. Extend your left leg as straight as you can. And then switch this out. Hold the left knee and straighten the right leg. Hold your balance. Switch it again. Take hold of the right knee, squeeze in, extend your left leg long. Switch this out, hold your left knee, and then extend the right leg. One more round. Take hold of the right knee, extend your left leg long. Hold here. Try to straighten your spine as much as you can. And then switch it out again. Go ahead and hold on to that left leg and extend that right leg forward. Pull that left thigh in nice and close. And then just bring it back to center, back to boat. And then go ahead and set your feet back down. Now, feet about hips width distance apart in front of you. Hands behind the shoulders about shoulder width. Pressing hands and feet. Just lift your seat up off the floor. Stay low here. But then walk the feet in close and get the thighs in close to your belly. Now, fingertips out to the side, maybe pointing back behind you if you like. And we're going to start to move this a little bit more into the hips. So I want you to spread your toes out wide. Try to grip the floor with your toes. And as you press down, press in your hands. Lift your heels. Now, press your knees forward. Squeeze your glutes a little bit and lift. And then pull back in, bring your heels back down, draw the thighs in close. Now again, like that, pressing your toes, lift your heels, let the knees go forward, squeeze your glutes. And then pull back in, let your seat sink low, but keep it off the floor. Again, press into your toes, press your knees forward, squeeze your glutes, hold here a little bit longer. And now what I want you to do for me is keep your heels lifted, try to set your seat on your heels. Come up onto the fingertips, walk the hands a little bit further forward. And then the right hand comes forward between your legs. The left hand comes forward as well. This is basically a toe squat that we're in here with the knees nice and wide. I know this is clunky if your hips aren't that open, so just work this as best you can. So go back and forth from here. Bring the left hand down behind you. The right hand comes down behind you as well, and just keep your heels lifted. And then give this a try. Bring the left hand forward between your legs, and the right hand forward as well, and you're still in that toe squat. Now take it from the other side. Bring that right hand back. Left hand back as well. Take it slow. Keep the knees forward best you can. And then bring the right hand forward. Left hand forward. Knees still wide. Heels still lifted. We'll take one more round. Bring your left hand back again. Right hand back. And then when you're ready, bring your left hand forward. And your right hand forward. And then go ahead, bring your knees down. Come back down to all fours. And from all fours, again, take a moment, move around. You can shake your legs out a little bit here. And then when you're ready, just come back into center in all fours. Wrists underneath the shoulders, knees underneath the hips. Look down at your hands. Keep the palms facing down. Now I want to stretch your wrist out a little bit here. So go ahead and turn your fingertips out to the side. Try to point your fingertips in toward your knees. Just come as far in that rotation as you can. And if you don't get all the way, no big deal. But spread your fingers out wide. Dig your fingertips down. So grab the floor. Press your spine up high. And keep that tension in your arms. Now to take this a little bit further and into the hips, and keep in mind, this is enough, you can stay here. But if you can take it further, step the right foot forward outside the right hand, as far forward as you can get it. And then just start to move around. So let your hips move a little bit side to side. Keep your fingers gripping the floor. And just breathe with this here for a moment. If you can take it a little bit further, maybe lean your shoulders forward, put a little bend in your elbows, and try to come down low inside the right leg. And it's probably not going to be a big movement here, but just feel it out. And then go ahead, bring this into center. So press into your hands, bring the right knee down to the floor. Do the same thing on the other side. Step the left foot forward outside the left hand as best you can. Now keep gripping the floor with your fingers, and then just start to move side to side. And try to keep your torso down inside that left inner thigh. Now if you can take this further, maybe bring the shoulders forward, bend the elbows a little bit, but keep moving around, keep gripping the floor with your fingers. And then go ahead and bring this back into center. And then once you bring both knees down, go ahead, come up onto the fingertips. Bring the hands in close to your knees. And maybe about one hand's length forward. But I want you to flip your hands over. Backs of the hands down, palms facing up, fingers spread wide. Press down into your fingertips. And find a position here where you can straighten your arms as much as you can.
Now just keep the fingertips pressing down. You can keep the weight in your legs if you like, but then go ahead and just sway a little bit side to side and maybe rotate and let your shoulders move. But keep your fingertips pressing down the whole time. Keep your hands active. You don't have to be too aggressive with this, keep in mind. Let that stretch just move through the backs of the hands, into the wrists, up into the forearms. And then go ahead and bring yourself up onto your fingertips, down to sitting on your heels, and take a moment here. Shake your hands out. So loosen up your fingers and loosen up your wrists. And then once the hands are ready, come back into all fours. Now from all fours, we're going to take this down onto the forearm. So we're going to take a little bit more cat and cow movement. We're going to take this a little bit lower. So this will focus on the upper back and the chest. Now when you bring your forearms down to the floor, just see at the elbows underneath your shoulders. We're going to start this with the forearms parallel here and the palms down. Now spread your fingers wide, grip the floor. And then when you're ready, just take this back and forth. So with an inhale, drop your belly, pull your chest forward, lift your gaze as much as you can. And then with the exhale, round your spine, pull your chin in, pull your belly in as well. Inhale, drop your belly, pull your chest forward as much as you can. Exhale, round it back, empty out. Inhale, drop your belly, bring your chest forward, gaze up high. And then with the exhale, round this out again. One more time, and we're going to hold that arch. With the inhale, drop your belly, bring your chest forward, gaze high, stay here. Now grip the floor with your fingers. Try to pull your chest forward between your arms. Just keep breathing shallowly for a moment. And then go ahead and release that. Bring your spine to neutral. Come up onto both hands for a moment. And you can move around a little bit here. But then we're going to take this down onto one forearm and make this more of a lopsided shape. So I want you to stay in your left hand, but come down to the right forearm. And then when the right forearm comes down, keep the elbow out to the side of the mat and bring that right hand to center. Now slide your left hand back. So you want to stack the elbow directly over the wrist. So probably further back than you think you need. Keep that left elbow pulled into your side. And then bring your knees together underneath you. Now look down at the right hand. Shift the weight to the right knee and hover your left knee up off the floor, but keep that knee bent. And keep that left elbow pulled into your side. So when you're ready, lift that left leg out to the side high as you can. And then fold the left knee into the right. Left knee out to the side as high as you can lift. And then fold the leg back in. Left knee out to the side, high as you can lift. Now just hold it here. Keep the toes pointed left. And then go ahead, bring it back down, back to center. We'll just switch this out. So come up onto the right hand and then down onto your left forearm. So the left elbow stays to the side. Bring that left hand towards center so that forearm's diagonal. And slide your right hand back so you can stack the elbow directly over the wrist. Keep that right elbow pulled into your side. Now look at the left hand. Shift the weight to the left knee. Hover the right knee up off the floor. Keep the right leg tense and keep the knee bent. Now lift that right knee out to the side as high as you can. And then fold the right knee back into the left. Right leg out to the side as high as you lift. And then fold that leg back in. Right knee to the side, high as you can lift. Hold here for a moment. Keep that right elbow pulled in. And then go ahead and set that right knee down. Now let's switch it out again. So come back up onto both hands. And then set the right forearm down. Now again, right forearm to the floor, elbow to the side, bring that right hand to center. Slide the left hand back, stack the elbow over the wrist. Keep the left elbow pulled into your side. Look at your right hand, put the weight to the right knee, hover the left. And then bring that left knee out to the side, high as you can lift, and hold here. Keep the toes pointed left, keep the left elbow pulled in. Now with an inhale, extend your left leg straight back. Exhale, knee to left shoulder, squeeze in close. Inhale the left leg back again. Exhale, knee to left shoulder. Inhale the left leg back. Exhale, knee to left shoulder again. Inhale the left leg back. Exhale, squeeze in, knee to left shoulder one more time. Now go ahead, set that left leg on your left arm. Keep your chest squared toward the floor. And if this is good enough, just stay here for a moment. Now if you can take it further, tuck the toes of the right foot and see about lifting your right knee up off the mat. And we're just holding that for a moment. When you're ready, bring the right knee down, bring the left knee down as well. Come up onto both hands and we'll switch this out. So when you're ready, bring that left forearm down this time. Left elbow to the side, bring that left hand to center. Slide your right hand back, stack the elbow directly over the wrist and keep that elbow pulled into your side. Now look at the left hand, keep the right elbow pulled in, put the weight to the left knee, hover the right knee up off the floor. And then right knee out to the side, high as you can lift, hold it here, keep the toes pointed right, and keep that right elbow pulled in. Extend the right leg back with an inhale. Exhale, knee to right shoulder, high and close. Inhale the right leg back again. Exhale, knee to right shoulder. Inhale the right leg back. Exhale, knee to right shoulder again. Inhale the right leg back. And then exhale, knee to right shoulder one more time. Now keep it here high and close and just set that right leg on your right arm. Now if you want to take it further, feel this out. Tuck the toes of your left foot and see about lifting your left knee up off the mat. And then go ahead and release this. Bring both knees down. Come up onto both hands. Come into all fours. And from all fours, just take a moment here and breathe. And then whenever you're ready, go ahead, tuck your toes, straighten your legs, lift your hips, find your downward facing dog. Now once you're moving your down dog, just take a look at how you set this up. Hands are about shoulder width distance apart. So flatten your hands, palms pressed down to the floor, and you want to feel some weight toward the base of your thumbs, keep in mind, but sink your chest down low as well. Now even as your chest sinks down, press your hips up as high toward the ceiling as you can, and really reach up and reach long through the hips. Try to keep the upper body in one long straight line from the wrist creases through to the hips. So hold some tension to your core, through the belly, round the low ribs. Think about lengthening your spine, pressing your hips as high as possible. And if you've got too much tension behind the legs and the hamstrings, just keep it bent in the knees and let that tension go, but still keep your hips high. You can always just stay loose here, pedal this out, move your hips from side to side. Now when you're ready here, take an inhale. And then with the exhale, just bend your knees, look forward, step this to the front of the mat. Let's take this into a ragdoll fold. So feet about hips width distance apart, deep bend in your knees. Let your belly touch your thighs, let your head hang, let your spine round. And just let everything go long and loose here. Let the muscles in your neck relax. Now you can hang your hands to the floor. You can reach to opposite elbows. Maybe shake this side to side and loosen further. And then whenever you're ready, go ahead and release any grip that you have, but keep the bend in the knees to begin. And just restack your spine. So slowly round this up to standing. Bring your head up last. And then just open up your palms to your sides. Now when you're ready here with an inhale, reach your arms up high. And then with the exhale, just bring your hands down to the heart center. Now take a moment here to breathe, set an intention. Let your mind clear, find your focus. And then take a deep inhale. And with the exhale, just release your hands. Now with your next inhale, reach your arms up high. And then with the exhale, slowly fold this forward. So hinge at the hips, start with a straight spine, put a little bend in your knees. Keep your core engaged, move slowly, move smoothly, and then just release this at the bottom when you're ready. Now with an inhale, lift halfway, fingertips to the floor, to the shins, lengthen forward to the crown of your head. And then go ahead, set your hands down and step this back to high plank. Now find your shape here, rest of the shoulders, palms pressed down to the floor, press the floor away from you, press your spine up toward the ceiling, keep your core tense, and keep your hips around the shoulders and heels best you can. Now take a deep inhale here. And with the exhale, just set your knees down, but keep your shoulders over your wrists. Now, when your knees come down to the floor, we're going to take this back and forth, and we're just going to focus on the arm movement here. So this isn't quite a full chaturanga, but I want you to concentrate on keeping your elbows pulled into your sides and keep your arms parallel even as you bend the elbows. So look forward just a little bit. When you're ready, shoulders forward, bend the elbows, pull them into your sides, just come halfway down. And then go ahead, press this back up to straight arms. We're going to do that 4 more times. Again, shoulders forward as the elbows bend. Now keep the elbows pulled into your sides, hold here. And then again, press this back up to straight. 3 more times, slow. Bring the shoulders forward as the elbows bend. And you don't have to go too far. Keep in mind, no lower than halfway. And then press this back up to straight arms. 2 more times, shoulders forward as the elbows bend. Now just hold it halfway. Keep the elbows pulled into your sides. And again, bring it back up to straight. Now 1 last time, shoulders forward as the elbows bend. Now just hold it halfway. Breathe here. Keep the elbows pulled into your sides. And then press this back up to straight arms. And now from here, just back up your knees a little bit. And we'll take this down, knees to chest to chin, and opening up the upper back. So just keep the knees where they are. Keep your hips up high. And then start to bend the elbows. Bring your chest down to the floor. And keep the elbows pulled into your sides. And bring your chin down to the mat as well. Now I want to take this all the way down. Let's go ahead and flatten your body out. Keep the elbows into your sides and bring your belly all the way down to the floor. Now from here, I want to take this up into low cobra. So hands underneath the shoulders, elbows into your sides. We'll take it up and down here. With an inhale, just lift your head, neck, and chest. Exhale, roll this back down. Inhale, peel this back up again. And with the exhale, roll back down. Inhale, peel up 1 more time. Now just stay lifted here. Now keep the lift in the upper body, press into your feet. Take somewhere all the way down to your hands. Elbows at your sides, keep the shoulders pulled back, keep your gaze at least slightly forward. Lift the muscles that line your spine, and bring your chest up a little bit higher. Now while you hold on to this, keep kicking to the feet, keep your glutes squeezing, reach your arms straight back, open your chest even further. Now take an inhale here.
And with the exhale, slowly, hands back underneath the shoulders, roll this back down. Now, I want to take this to upward facing dog. So hands underneath the shoulders, elbows in at your sides. Press your palms down to the floor. And I want to take this to upward facing dog. So with an inhale, straighten your arms. Now, pull your chest forward. Let your hips hang. Stay on the tops of your feet in this position. Keep your legs active. Work to lift the knees up from the mat. To take it further, kick your feet down. Squeeze your glutes. Pull the hips forward to help deepen and lengthen the arc all through the front. Stay tall through your arms and keep your chest pulling forward. And if this is too much, keep in mind, you can always take Cobra from the floor if you have vinyasas. Take an inhale here. Now with the exhale, just pull the belly and bring your hips up high. Come back to your down dog. And we're going to take a few sun salutations here, and we're going to take it pretty slow. So just be deliberate and take it back and forth. So when you're ready here, take an inhale. Now with the exhale, bend the knees, look forward. Let's step this to the front of the mat. Inhale, lift halfway, extend forward to the top of your head. And then with the exhale, fold this back down. Now inhale, bring this to standing, reach the arms up high. And then with the exhale, fold this all the way back down again. Inhale, lift halfway here. And with the exhale, hands to the mat. Chaturanga is next, high plank to low. And you don't have to take this all the way, no lower than halfway down. Now with an inhale, open up your chest, lift your gaze, up dog or cobra. And then with the exhale, pull your belly in. Bring your hips up high, back to downward facing dog. We'll give it 2 more rounds. Take it slow and steady. Take an inhale. Exhale, bend your knees. Look forward. Let's step this to the front of the mat. Inhale, lift this halfway up. Extend forward to the top of your head. Exhale, fold it back down. Now inhale to standing. Reach this up high all the way to vertical. Now with the exhale, fold it back down. Keep your core engaged as you fold. Inhale, lift this up halfway again. Extend the top of your head forward. And with the exhale, hands to the mat. Step it back to high plank. And then again, just bring it toward halfway down. Now go ahead, flip your feet, squeeze your glutes, open your chest, up dog. You can always take Cobra if you need to. And then pull your belly in. Bring your hips up high, back to downward facing dog. We'll give that one last round. When you're ready, here, take an inhale. Exhale, bend your knees, look forward, step or float to the front. Inhale, lift this up halfway. Exhale, fold back down. Inhale to standing, arms reach up high. And then with the exhale, fold this all the way back down again. Inhale, lift halfway here. And with the exhale, hands to the mat, step it back to high plank. And then again, lower halfway down, chaturanga. And then flip your feet, squeeze your glutes, pull your chest forward, upward facing dog, open up the front. And then with the exhale, pull it back in, hips up high, find your downward facing dog. And just give yourself a moment here and breathe. Now from your downward facing dog, just stay loose, let your hips move a bit side to side. And now we'll open things up a little bit from here. So from downward facing dog, inhale the right leg high. And with your right leg lifted, open up to a scorpion dog. So bend the right knee, hang the right foot left. Now just let your body twist, keep the shoulders squared. With your next inhale, straighten the right leg, three-legged dog. And then with the exhale, just bring that right foot down, downward facing dog. We'll take it on the other side. Inhale your left leg up high. Now with your left leg lifted, bend the left knee, hang the left foot to the right, keep the shoulders square, just feel the twist. With your next inhale, straighten the left leg, three-legged dog. And then with the exhale, just bring that left foot down, back to downward facing dog. When you're ready here, take an inhale. And then with the exhale, bend your knees, look forward, let's step this to the front. Inhale, lift up halfway. Exhale, fold this back down. Now inhale to standing, reach your arms up high. And then with the exhale, sink in the chair this time. So put the weight to heels, bend your knees, and bring your hips down low. Now as you come into this, just be aware of your stance. Feet not too wide, within hips width distance. Big toes towards center, knees towards center, belly pulled in. Sink your hips down low. Now as you hold on to this, just keep your gaze forward. Bring your hands to your low back. Interlace your fingers, pull your palms together, draw your shoulders back. Keep your chest nice and open here. And then with your chest open, take an inhale. And with the exhale, keep your knees bent but hinge from the hips. Keep looking forward, bring your belly down to touch your thighs. Maybe press your knuckles toward the ceiling. And then bring this back up, hands at your low back. Open up your chest, you're still in chair. Hinge this forward again, roll down, belly touches your thighs, maybe press the knuckles up high. And then go ahead, lift your torso again, keep your knees bent, keep your chest open. Now one more time like that, hinge forward, belly to the thighs. Maybe press your knuckles toward the ceiling, keep looking forward, keep breathing here. And if you can take it further, go ahead, lift your heels up off the floor. But stay folded, keep your belly touching your thighs, and keep your chest open.
Now, if you lifted the heels, go ahead, set that right heel down. Focus the weight on the right foot, lift your left heel. And just breathe with this for a moment. And then when you're ready, go ahead, bring yourself upright, stand in the right leg, left knee high. And then extend your left leg back. We're going to bring this toward Warrior 3, so take it slow. Now, maybe keep your body toward diagonal or toward vertical. This is fine. If you can take it deeper, just hinge on the right hip. Let the left leg lift behind you as you bring your chest forward. You don't have to go too far. And if you want to take it all the way, go ahead and bring your body toward parallel with the floor. But keep the shoulders pulled back and keep breathing here. All right, take an inhale. And then with the exhale, just release this. Now, both hands down, left foot steps down behind you. Come into your low lunge. And we're going to take this lower into Anjaneyasana. So left knee down, left foot flat behind. Sink the hips down, press them forward, and keep your hips low like this. When you're ready, with an inhale, reach your arms up high. And just open this up. Now, keep in mind, this is where you want to look for a deep stretch on the left side, the front of the left hip. Let your hips sink down. Keep your chest open. Keep the hips moving toward the front of the mat. And open up your chest. Keep your gaze up high. Keep breathing here. Now try to keep the glutes engaged on the left side. Kick into that left foot. Stretch out the front. This is going to help the low back, keep in mind. Now with your next inhale, just bring this upright. Look forward. And then with the exhale, bring the hands to your hips. Now try to keep your spine vertical. Tuck the toes of the left foot behind you. Lift that left knee up off the floor. And you're taking this to a high lunge stance. So deep under the right knee, left leg towards straight. The left heel's lifted behind. Keep the left hip pulling forward and the right hip pulling back. And just work your balance here as best you can. If you're a little unstable, you can always bring that right foot further right. Keep the stance nice and wide. Now just keep your spine vertical. When you're ready, with an inhale, reach your arms up high. Now with the exhale, bring the hands to heart center and just dip that left knee down lightly to the floor. With an inhale, bring this up again, arms up high. Exhale, hands to heart center. Touch the left knee down to the mat. Come back up. Inhale the arms up high again. Exhale, hands to heart center. Just touch that left knee down to the floor. One more time like that. Inhale the arms up high. Bring this up. Exhale, hands to heart center. Just touch that left knee down to the floor. Now with your next inhale, bring this up. Arms up high. This time, exhale, hands through heart center. Bring that left elbow outside the right thigh. So we're going to take a twist here. Now press the elbow to the thigh, press the palms together. You can always set the left knee down behind it. The twist is what we're working on. Bring the gaze over the right shoulder and keep breathing here. Keep lengthening through your spine. Reach forward through the top of your head and look over that right shoulder. And then once you're ready here, take an inhale. And with the exhale, just release this, both hands down. And we're going to take this into a little bit of a lizard lunge here. So go ahead and bring both hands inside that right foot. Walk the right foot toward the upper right corner of the mat. And then sink your hips down. Bring that left knee to the full left foot flat behind like we had before. Now curl the toes of the right foot. Roll to the outside edge. Let that knee move to the side. And just keep your hips open here. Now this might be enough, but we're going to take this to a little bit of a twist if you can take things further. So keep your spine nice and long. Keep your chest open. Reach out right hand forward. Now with an inhale, reach your right arm back. Follow with your gaze. Exhale, reach it forward. Inhale the right arm back again. Exhale, reach this forward. Inhale the right arm back. Exhale forward one more time. Now inhale, reach the right arm back and hold here. And then take a half bind. Right arm behind your back, palm face. Maybe pull the shoulder back. And then sink the hips low. Keep the toes, the right foot curled. Keep that knee to the side. Just breathe here for a moment. When you're ready here, take an inhale. And then with the exhale, bring both hands down inside that right foot. And then go ahead, step the right foot back. Tuck the toes, lift your knees, bring your hips up high, find your down dog. And just take a moment here, pedal this out and breathe. Now once you find your down dog, just feel things out. And let your hips move side to side. And then we'll take all that on the other side. So from your downward facing dog, inhale your left leg high. Now with your left leg lifted, just open this to a scorpion dog. Bend the left knee, hang the left foot right. Just let your hips open up. Keep the shoulders squared. Inhale, straighten the left leg, three-legged dog. Exhale, bring that foot down, downward facing dog. Take it on the other side. Inhale the right leg high. Now with your right leg lifted, bend the right knee, hang the right foot left. Let your hips open up. Keep the shoulders squared. Inhale, straighten the right leg, three-legged dog. And then with the exhale, bring that foot down, downward facing dog. Now take an inhale here. And then with the exhale, bend the knees, look forward, step this to the front of the mat. Now, once you bring it all the way forward, take an inhale, lift this up halfway. Exhale, fold back down. Inhale to stand and reach your arms high. And with the exhale, sink in the chair again. Put the weight to heels, bend your knees, and bring your hips down low. Now again, pay attention to your stance. Feet not too wide within hips width distance. Big toes towards center, knees towards center, belly pulled in. And then from here, bring your hands to your low back. Find the grip that feels strange. Interlace the fingers, pull the palms together, draw your shoulders back. Now keep your chest open, maybe sink this down a little bit lower. Now keep your knees bent like this. We're just going to hinge from the hips, so take an inhale. With the exhale, slowly hinge down, touch your belly to your thighs, keep the shoulders pulled back, maybe press your knuckles toward the ceiling. Inhale, bring your torso up, your back in chair with your chest open. And then with the exhale, hinge from the hips. And again, knuckles toward the ceiling, just start to roll this down. With your next inhale, open up your chest, bring yourself toward upright, back to chair. And then hinge this forward one more time. Now touch your belly to your thighs, keep that bend in the knees, maybe press your arms up high. And if you can take it further here, pressing your toes, see about lifting your heels up off the floor. And just hold this. Now slowly, if you lifted your heels, just set that left heel down. Focus the weight on the left foot. And then bring your hands to your low back. Bring your torso upright. Come to standing with that right knee high. And then from here, I want to take it toward a warrior three. So I want you to extend the right leg back and lean this forward. So all the weights in the left foot and your hips stay squared. Maybe just stay close to vertical. Your body will be in one diagonal line. If you can take it deeper, keep hinging from the hips. And maybe bring your lifted body toward parallel to the floor, but be sure that right leg's connected to the upper body. One line from the crown of the head through the right big toe. Now just keep breathing here. Now take an inhale. And with the exhale, release this. Both hands down, right foot down behind you. Low lunging, we're going to take this to Anjaneyasana. So go ahead and bring your right knee down. Flatten the right foot behind. Sink the hips down, press them forward, and keep the hips low like this. When you're ready with an inhale, just reach the arms up high, open up. Now keep the hips low, bring your gaze up high, try to reach back a little bit, and feel that long arc on the right side, from the right knee all the way through the shoulders. Keep breathing here. Now take an inhale. And then with the exhale, just bring this upright. Look forward. Hands to your hips. Now slowly, go ahead, tuck the toes of the right foot behind you. Lift that right knee, come to your high lunge stance. And just feel this out. So it's deep on the left knee, right leg towards straight, right hip pulls forward and left hip back. If you're unstable, bring that left foot out to the side. The feet on two separate tracks, hips with distance apart. Keep in mind, keep your balance here. Right hip forward, left hip back. Now when you're ready, with an inhale, reach the arms up high. Exhale, hands to heart center, and just dip that right knee down to the mat. Bring it up with an inhale, reach the arms high. Exhale, hands to heart center, just touch that right knee down to the floor. Inhale, bring this up, arms up high. Exhale, hands to heart center, dip that right knee down again. One more time like that. Inhale, the arms up high. Exhale, hands to heart center, dip that right knee down to the floor. Now a little bit different. Inhale, bring this up, arms high. And with the exhale this time, hands through center, bring the right elbow outside your left thigh. Now move into that twist. Press the elbow to the thigh. Keep your spine nice and long. Press the palms here. Look over your left shoulder. This is plenty right here. Now if you have trouble balancing this, just bring that right knee down. The twist is your priority. Look over your left shoulder and keep breathing. All right, now from here, take an inhale. And then with the exhale, just releases. Both hands down inside that left foot. And see that that left foot is forward of your, the left ankle is forward of the left knee. We're taking this to a lizard lunge and bringing it down low. So bring the right knee down. Flatten the right foot behind you again. And then with your left leg, now look at your left foot, curl the toes up off the floor, roll to the outside edge and let the knee move to the side. Keep your hips pulling forward, keep your chest pulling forward here. Now I'll just take this to a little bit of a twist. So go ahead and reach that left arm forward, take an inhale. And then with the exhale, reach this all the way back. Inhale, reach your left arm forward, follow with your gaze. Exhale, reaches back again. Inhale, reach your left arm forward. Exhale, reaches back one more time. Now keep reaching back. Take a half bind. Left arm behind your back, palm face. We pull that shoulder back. Now keep that right hip low and pulling forward. Keep the left knee to the side. Just breathe here. Take an inhale. And then with the exhale, just bring that left hand down inside the left foot. And then tuck the toes of the right foot behind you. Lift the right knee. Slide your left foot back and find your downward facing dog. And once you find your down dog, give yourself a moment here. Paddle things out. Let your hips move side to side. Now we'll take this into the next sequence. So from downward facing dog, take an inhale. With the exhale, bend your knees, look forward, and just step this to the front of the mat. With your next inhale, lift it up halfway. Exhale, fold this down. Now inhale to stand and reach your arms up high. And with the exhale, sink this into chair again. Put the weight to heels, bend your knees, and bring your hips low. Now keep that bend in the knees, and again, keep the feet within about hips width distance. Now this time, we're going to bind the arms up high. So bring your hands behind your head, fingers interlaced, palms open, elbows wide. Pull the shoulders back, keep your chest open, and maybe sink down lower. Now, if your shoulders are tight, if this forces your head forward, then go ahead and separate your hands. But keep the elbows wide and keep the shoulders pulled back either way. Now from here, put the weight to the right foot and lift your left heel. Now keep that right knee bent. If you can take it further, extend your left leg forward, just dip the big toe down. And then bring that left big toe to touch the right big toe. Left big toe forward, dip it to the floor. And then bring that left big toe to touch the right. One more time, left big toe to the floor. And then touch that left big toe to the right. And then come to standing on the right leg and just dip that left big toe to the floor inside your right foot. Now just take this slow. Start to slide that left big toe back, no weight on that foot. And draw the left shoulder back, the left hip back, open your chest to the side. Keep your chest open, keep the elbows wide, keep breathing here. Now if you can take this further, put just a little bend in the right knee, and then just lean toward the front of the mat to lift that left foot. Just keep your body balanced diagonally here. You don't have to take this too deep. If you're feeling brave, you can start to lean further. All right, take an inhale. And then with the exhale, just bend that right knee, step your left foot back, hands to your hips. You're going to take this into a warrior two stance. So just give yourself a moment to adjust. Deep end of the right knee, straight left leg. One line from the front heel to the back arch. Now keep your hips open left side, keep your chest open left as well. And then just take this to a length of stance where you can really sink the hips down and feel the hip opening from the beginning. So keep your torso upright, reach this equally front to back. And just keep the legs as they are. We'll take it back and forth. Inhale, reverse. Left hand to left thigh, right arm high and back. Exhale, extend right over to the right thigh, left arm high forward. Inhale, reverses. Exhale, extend. Inhale, reverse. Exhale, extend. Now inhale, reverse it one more time. With your exhale extended forward, take a half bind, left arm behind your back, palm face way. Draw the left shoulder back, gaze up high, hold here. This is good enough. And if you want to go just a little bit deeper, go ahead and press that left arm, or right arm rather, into the right leg. Keep the left shoulder high. Maybe bring the right hand down to the floor. Now, if you want to take it deeper still, make sure you can keep that left shoulder lifted. You can sink down inside the right leg. Maybe even take a full bind. And just breathe here if you find that grip behind you. But keep that right thigh in close, keep the left shoulder high, and stay low in the hips. Now take an inhale here. And then with the exhale, release. Now bring both hands down inside your right leg. Keep that right knee bent. And we'll take this into Skandasana. Just move back and forth, but stay low. So turn your heels in towards center, the toes out to the sides. Keep the right knee bent. And then just come to sitting that right heel, extend your left leg and point the toes up toward the ceiling. Now this is a position we're going to start from here. We're just going to switch it side to side. Try to keep the hips as low as you can. So bring your fingertips toward the center of the long edge of the mat. And just take it back and forth here. Bring it through center over to your left side, straighten your right leg. And then try to stay low. Bring this down over to the right. Again, keep it low. Bring it over to the left again. And then back through center, come over to the right. We're going to keep it moving. Keep it low. Come through center, over to the left again. And then bring it back through center, over to the right. Through center, over to the left again. And then back through center, sink down to the right one more time. Now bring it back through center, over to the left. Now we're going to stay on the left side, and we're going to bring this up toward vertical. So go ahead and frame that left leg with both hands. Set the left foot flat, and see if that left foot's parallel to the short side of the mat. Pull the right knee to your chest, round your spine. Now once you're ready, take hold of that right knee, round this all the way up to standing. Now just give yourself a moment to find your balance here. Now stay strong on that left foot. Press that left big toe into the floor. Keep your torso upright. Slow your breathing down. And then when you're ready, left hand to your hip. Pull that right knee out to the side. This is good enough. Now keep that right knee lifted out to the side. Keep the hip open. If you can take this further, we'll lean into this. But go ahead and reach that left hand down to your side at about 45 degrees. Now if you can take it further, see about looking down the length of the left arm. Now if you can hold your balance here, start to lean left, but lift that right knee higher and just breathe here. Keep your balance. All right, now if you're leaning, slowly bring yourself upright and faces forward, hands to your hips. Right knee still open to the side toward the front of the mat. When you're ready, just step that right foot forward. And then bring both hands down inside the right foot, lift your left heel. And try to keep that left knee lifted behind you. We're going to take this into a lizard lunge again. So start to walk that right foot forward. Right ankle at least a little bit forward to the right knee, but keep the right foot flat this time. And then see about coming down low. Right forearm to the floor. Maybe the left forearm as well. Now, you can drop the left knee if you need to, but keep it lifted if you can. Squeeze that right thigh in toward your side and just stay low here. Stay breathing. Now, as you hold on to this, keep that tension. So the inner thigh on the right side is squeezing in toward your side. If you want to take this a little bit further, and you don't need to make it harder, but you can walk your hands forward, maybe stretch both hands out long. Keep your chest facing the floor and keep that right thigh squeezing in. Now, if you did reach this forward, walk your hands back in, set the palms down. And as you press in your hands, just slide that right foot back and take it downward facing dog. Paddle out here for a moment. And then from your downward facing dog, we'll take all that to the other side. So when you're ready, here, take an inhale. Now with the exhale, just bend your knees, look forward, and step to the front of the mat. Inhale, lift this up halfway. Exhale, fold it down. Inhale to standing, reach your arms up high. And with the exhale, sink in the chair one more time. Put the weight to heels, bend your knees, and bring your hips down low. Now as you sink down, squeeze the knees toward each other, big toes point toward each other, keep your core engaged. And then bring your hands behind your head. Now again here, interlace the fingers, keep the palms open. Elbows wide, shoulders pulled back, keep your chest open. You can sink this lower. And if this forces your head forward, separate your hands. Keep your chest open and keep the elbows wide. Now to take this a little bit further here, focus your weight in the left foot, keep the bend in the left knee, lift your right heel, and just keep that right big toe touching the floor. Now extend the right leg forward, dip the big toe down, and then touch that big toe to your left foot. Right leg forward, dip the big toe down, and then touch that toe to your left foot. One more time, right leg forward, dip the big toe down, touch that toe to your left foot. Now keep the weight on the left foot, straighten the left leg, and then just start to bring that right big toe back, draw the right shoulder back and right hip back, and open your chest and hips to the right. Now keep the weight focused on your left leg and put a little bend in that left knee. Lean forward to lift the right foot. Stay open to the side. Just keep breathing here. You don't have to take it too deep. This is supposed to be pretty tricky, keep in mind. All right, take an inhale. Now with the exhale, bend the left knee, step the right foot back, bring your hands to your hips. I'm going to take this into a warrior two stance. Now you can slide that left foot further forward. So deep end the left knee, straight right leg, one line from the front heel to the back arch, and keep everything open to the right this time. Hips are down low. When you're ready, reach the arms equally front to back. Now let's take this back and forth. Inhale, reverse. Right hand to the right thigh, left arm high and back. Exhale, extend. Left elbow to left thigh, right arm higher forward. Inhale, reverse this again. Exhale, extend. Inhale, reverse. Exhale, extend. Now inhale, reverse. With the exhale extended forward one more time, stay forward, and let's take the half bind. Right arm behind your back, palm facing away. Draw the shoulder back, keep your gaze up high, keep your chest open. This is plenty right here. Now if you want to take it further, go ahead, open up that left arm inside the left leg. Maybe bring that left hand down to the floor. Right shoulder stays high. If you want to go further, you can sink inside that left leg. If you want that full bind, go ahead, reach underneath. Find that grip behind you. Right shoulder stays high, however deep you go. And just breathe with this. Now from wherever you are, here, take an inhale. And with the exhale, release both hands down inside that left foot. Turn your heels towards center, toes to the sides. Keep the right leg straight and the left knee bent, but lift your left heel, come to sit in that left heel. And that straight right leg, I want you to point the toes up toward the ceiling. We'll take it back to that Skandasana variation again. Now, stay low to your left side. Bring your hands in toward the center of the long edge of the mat. And we're going to try to stay low as we switch this out. So take it back and forth. Come over to the right side. Bend deeper into the right knee, straighten your left leg. And then bring it back through center over to the left. Again, stay low as we move. Bring it through center, bring it over to the right leg again. Come back through center over to the left. Bring it through center again, sink down to the right. Back through center, come over to your left side again. And another round here, bring it through center over to the right. And then come back through center to the left side one more time. Now bring it back through center over to the right, sink down low here. And then go ahead, bring your hands around that right leg. Set the right foot flat, pull the left knee to your chest, round your spine. The right foot's going to be parallel to the short side of the mat. Now take hold of your left knee and just slowly round this all the way up to vertical.
And give yourself a moment here, find your balance. Now press down to that right big toe, slow your breathing down. When you're ready, right hand to the right hip, pull the left knee out to the side, let the hip open up. And this is good enough right here. Now if you want to take this further, keep that left hip open, but reach that right hand down at your side by 45 degrees. Maybe look down the length of the right arm. And if you want to take it further, you can start to lean right. And if you're going to lean, be sure you're lifting that left knee up a little bit higher. Just take this to where you can and keep your balance. All right, if you're leaning, slowly bring this upright. Left knee still lifted, pointed to the front of the mat, hands to your hips. Now go ahead, step your left foot all the way forward and bring both hands down inside the left leg, lift the right heel. Now I want to take this toward a lizard lunge again. Walk that left foot forward so the ankle's forward to the knee at least a little bit. Stay on both hands. Now keep the right knee lifted. If you can, you can set that knee down if you need to. And keep that left foot flat and the left thigh squeezing in toward your side. Now try to bring this down. See about coming down, maybe to the left forearm, maybe the right. And keep that left thigh squeezing in. Your chest is facing the floor. Keep breathing here. And then if you want to take this further, maybe extend the left arm forward, maybe extend the right arm forward as well, and just take this to where you can. Stay low inside the left leg and keep that left thigh squeezing in toward your side. And just take things to where you need to. You don't have to take things deeper if you don't need to deepen the pose, keep in mind. Now, if your hands are forward, go ahead and bring them back inside that left leg. And then from wherever you are, pressing your palms, slide that left foot back, find your downward facing dog, just pedal out here and breathe. And then from your down dog, we'll take this to half pigeon. So when you're ready, inhale the right leg high behind you. And with the exhale, just bring it forward. Right knee behind the right wrist, right ankle somewhat behind the left. Now go ahead, flatten the left foot behind you, straighten the left leg, pull your left hip forward, keep it in line with the right. And just sink your weight straight down. Look for at least some of that stretch on the right side, outer right hip or into the glutes. Now you can keep this upright or you can melt this down if you like. Take whatever variation you like. But find that stretch at least a little bit on that right side and just breathe into it here. All right, now if your hands are forward, walk them into center. I want to take a second pose. So lower yourself to the right hip, swing your left leg forward. And we're going to take this into Lord of the Fishes. So the right heel comes outside your left hip. Step your left foot outside the right thigh. And as the legs twist right here, just bring both sit bones down to the floor between your heels. Now if this is too much, and if that left sit bone's more than an inch or so up off the floor, just extend the right leg forward with the left leg crossed. Now either way, set the left hand down behind, inhale the right arm high. And with the exhale, move to that twist right elbow past your left thigh. Now keep your spine tall. Reach the crown of the head straight up. Look back over your left shoulder. Use your right arm. Press it to your left leg. And keep your spine tall. Your head's still reaching up. Keep breathing here as you twist. Each time you exhale, try to twist a little bit further. And then take a deep inhale. And with the exhale, release this. Bring both hands over to the right side. Lightly open your chest to the right for a moment. And then when you're ready, just turn back to center. Hands behind. Lean back, untangle the legs. Go ahead, roll forward your hands, step back to down dog, and we'll take those two poses on the other side. So once you're ready here, inhale your left leg high. And with the exhale, bring it forward. Left knee behind the left wrist, left ankle somewhere behind the right. Go ahead, flatten your right foot, straighten the right leg, pull the right hip forward, keep it squared, keep it in line with the left. Sink your weight straight down. Now you can stay like this, you can always take this deeper. You could melt down, maybe come down the elbows, maybe come down all the way, but take it the way you need to here. Just breathe with this. Look for at least some of that stretch in the outer left hip and toward the glutes. All right, then from here, if your hands are forward, just bring them into center. When the hands are close enough, lower yourself to your left hip, swing your right leg forward, and let's take the twist on this side. So the left heel comes outside the right hip. Step your right foot outside your left thigh this time. And again, give yourself a moment, get both sit bones down to the floor in between your heels. Now, once you're ready to move into that twist, the right hand sets behind you. Inhale your left arm up high. And with the exhale, move into that twist. Left elbow past the right thigh. Now keep your spine tall, reach straight up to the top of your head. Look back over the right shoulder. Use your left arm, press it to the right leg. Keep breathing here and keep twisting. Take a deep inhale. And then with the exhale, just release this. Bring both hands over your left side. Lightly open your chest to the left for just a moment. And then go ahead, turn back to center. Hands behind, lean back, untangle the legs. And this time, come all the way down onto your back. So once you're down, draw your knees into your chest. Squeeze everything down tight. And then go ahead and release the left leg. So extend your left leg out fully, left arm down to your side. And then right arm inside the right leg, take hold of the right big toe. Now once you got that grip, pull down, keep the right hip on the floor. And then as you're pulling with the right hand, press up with the right foot. So try to extend the right leg as much as you can. Now you're looking for the stretch in the back of the right thigh. And most people have tight hamstrings, so you're probably going to feel it with your knees still bent, and that's fine. Now if you need to, you can shift your grip. You can use one or both hands. You can hold the foot, the ankle, the shin, the thigh, whatever works best. And you can use two hands if you need to, but keep pulling down and pressing up at the same time. If you're able to do it with a straight leg, you're going to draw that right big toe over the shoulder. But just breathe with us here. Then take a deep inhale. And with the exhale, just slowly lower the right knee toward the side of your ribs. And once that foot comes down low enough, shift your grip. Right hand to the outside edge of the foot. The left hand comes to the other side. So this is half happy baby here. So stack the ankle above the knee best you can. Pull down with both hands, but press that foot back up into your hands at the same time. And just keep the tension working both directions. Feel that stretch in the inner thigh and just breathe with this. Take a deep inhale. And then with the exhale, just release this. So bring both knees to your chest, squeeze down on both sides. And switch it out when you're ready. Extend the right leg. Right arm down at your side. Now left arm inside the left leg, find the big toe. Once you have that grip, pull down, press up at the same time. So keep pulling with the left hand and pressing up with the left foot. And just look for the stretch on the back of the left thigh. And if your knee's bent, you still feel it, you're doing fine. Just breathe into it. Now, if you want to switch it out, you can use one or both hands. You can hold the foot, the ankle, the shin, the thigh. Again, whatever works best. Keep pulling as you're pressing with that left foot. If the leg's straight, draw the left big toe directly over your shoulder. And then take an inhale. Now, at the exhale, slowly bend the left knee lower toward the side of your ribs. When the foot's low enough, shift your grip. Left hand to the outside edge, right hand to the other side. Now, stack the ankle above the knee. Pull down as you press the foot up into your hands at the same time. And just breathe on with this, the stretch on this side. Take an inhale. Now with the exhale, just release the right hand. Let's take the full pose. Draw your left knee in. And then find that grip on both sides. So hands to the outside edges of the feet, ankles over the knees. Pull down. So try to press the knees toward the floor. Press the feet up into your hands at the same time. And just keep that tension working both directions. Try to flatten your spine. Now you can rock this side to side if you like. And if you want to take it further, you can extend your legs out against your grip. And then finally, when you're ready, take a deep inhale here, draw it down as much as you can. And then with the exhale, just release. Extend your legs out fully. Lay your arms at your sides. Open up your palms toward the ceiling. And just let your eyes close here and let your body settle down into the mat for a moment. And then as you're ready, just start to move again bit by bit, fingers and toes, arms and legs. And stretch this out long. Take a deep inhale, reach your arms past your head and just let your body lengthen out for a moment. And then pull it all back in. Bring your elbows toward your chest, draw your knees up as well. And just find your way up to a comfortable seat. Ground yourself into the mat, stack your spine. Bring your hands up to heart center. And then take a deep inhale here, hold on to the top. And just let everything go. Thank you for joining class. Namaste.